Have you ever wondered how a staple food, like the potato, could lead to one of the most devastating famines in history? The answer lies in the mid-19th century, on the Emerald Isle of Ireland, a land known for its lush landscapes and rich culture. But beneath the charm and allure, Ireland was a country heavily dependent on a single crop, the potato. It was the backbone of their diet, the fuel for their labor, and, unfortunately, the trigger for a tragedy that would change the nation forever. This is the story of the Great Potato Famine, a tale of despair, resilience, and survival. A tale of a people who, despite the odds, clung to hope and fought for their survival. Now that we have set the stage, let's delve into the causes of this catastrophe. The causes of the Great Potato Famine are a perfect storm of biological, social, and political factors. Let's start with the biological. Ireland had become heavily reliant on a single crop, the humble potato. When a devastating potato blight hit in the 1840s, the monoculture of potatoes in Ireland meant that there was no backup, no plan B. Suddenly, the primary source of sustenance for millions was wiped out, leading to widespread starvation and disease. Now let's move on to the social aspect. Most of the Irish population at the time were peasants, tenants on lands owned by absentee landlords. These peasants lived on the brink of poverty, with barely enough to meet their basic needs. With such a thin margin for survival, the potato blight pushed them over the edge into a chasm of despair. Finally, we come to the political factors. British policies at the time did not favor the Irish. In fact, they exacerbated the situation. Food was still being exported from Ireland to England, even as the Irish people starved. These policies, coupled with the lack of adequate aid or intervention, meant that the Irish were left to fend for themselves in the face of unimaginable hardship. So, to sum it up, the Great Potato Famine was caused by a combination of biological factors, social inequality, and political neglect. A single crop dependency, coupled with widespread poverty and unsupportive policies, created a recipe for disaster. With these causes in mind, let's look at the devastating aftermath of the famine. The blight that struck the potato crops had far-reaching consequences for the people of Ireland. As the disease spread like wildfire, the once lush green fields turned into a wasteland of decay, a chilling reminder of the food source that was no longer available. The magnitude of this disaster was truly staggering. The population of Ireland, once teeming with life, saw a drastic decline. Starvation was a cruel, relentless enemy, claiming the lives of countless individuals. But hunger wasn't the only adversary. Disease, thriving in the dire conditions, swept through communities, leaving a trail of despair and sorrow in its wake. And then there was emigration. For many, leaving their homeland was the only chance of survival. Thousands upon thousands of Irish men, women, and children braved the treacherous journeys across the ocean in search of a better life. Their departure marked a significant shift in the demographics of the country, a shift that would echo through the generations to come. Yet, amidst the desolation, a spark of resistance ignited. The desperation and frustration of the people brewed into a storm of social unrest. Protests erupted across the country, with the oppressed standing up against their oppressors. Landlords, who had turned a blind eye to the plight of their tenants, found themselves facing the wrath of the starving masses, and the British government, whose policies had exacerbated the crisis, was openly challenged. But perhaps the most poignant aspect of this aftermath was the indomitable spirit of the Irish people. Despite the overwhelming odds, they clung on to hope, their resilience shining through the darkest hours of their history. In the face of such devastation, survival was a struggle. Let's look at how the people of Ireland managed to endure. The will to survive can lead to incredible displays of resilience and resourcefulness. This spirit was never more apparent than during the Great Potato Famine, when the Irish people were forced to adapt, innovate, and endure. In a world where potatoes were no longer an option, the Irish had to diversify their diets. They turned to other crops, such as oats and barley, but these were not as nutrient-dense or as easy to grow. In addition, they foraged for wild plants, berries, and mushrooms. and those living near the coast often relied on seaweed and shellfish. It was a matter of survival, of making do with what was available. However, the struggle was not faced alone. The sense of community in Ireland, known as methial, played a crucial role in survival. This is an old Irish tradition where neighbors help each other in times of need. People shared what little they had, whether it was food, a warm fire, or a helping hand. They faced the famine together, proving that unity can indeed be strength. But for many, survival meant leaving their homeland behind. The famine sparked one of the largest mass migrations in history, with around 1 million Irish people emigrating to escape the devastation. They boarded ships, often referred to as coffin ships due to the horrendous conditions on board, and set sail for new lands, predominantly North America. These brave souls sought a better future, a chance to escape the hunger and poverty that had consumed their homeland. The resilience of the Irish people during the famine has left a lasting legacy. Let's explore that next. The Great Potato Famine, though a dark chapter in Ireland's history, has shaped its present in significant ways. This catastrophic event that spanned from 1845 to 1852 left a profound mark on the Irish people and their homeland. It unfolded a story of human resilience, community, and the power of hope in the face of adversity. The legacy of the famine is deeply etched into the Irish collective memory. It's a reminder of the hardships endured, the lives lost, and the spirit of survival. The famine brought about a massive wave of emigration, transforming Ireland into a nation with a significant diaspora. Today, millions of people worldwide proudly trace their roots back to the Emerald Isle, enriching the global tapestry with their unique Irish heritage. The lessons from the Great Potato Famine are as relevant today as they were over a century and a half ago. It taught us the dangers of over-reliance on a single crop, highlighting the need for agricultural diversity and food security. It underscored the importance of social justice, reminding us that the most vulnerable in our societies often bear the brunt of such calamities. It also instilled a deep understanding of the need for global cooperation in addressing food crises. In the wake of the famine, Ireland emerged stronger, building a society rooted in community solidarity and resilience. Today, the Irish are known for their tenacity, their vibrant culture, and their unwavering spirit. These qualities, born out of the struggle for survival, continue to define the Irish identity. The Great Potato Famine serves as a stark reminder of our interconnectedness and the importance of resilience in the face of adversity. As we look back at this chapter of history, we're reminded of our capacity to overcome, to adapt, and to forge ahead. In this spirit of resilience, we find hope for our collective future.